right, we are back again. How you doing out there, everybody? How's all the gamers out there doing? Speaking of, what kind of games is everybody out there playing right now? For myself, I've actually been jumping back into Star Citizen and checking, getting excited about that. I kind of nerded out to the last video they uploaded. Wow, that sandstorm, right, guys? That is something I've always kept like a side eye to, been looking at it out of my the corner of my eye, and I haven't been following it too closely. And once I finally did take a look, wow, there is a ton of information out there. But that is probably at the top of the list of what I'm actually waiting for, Star Citizen. But on this episode, we're not here to talk about Star Citizen, although that's a few videos down the road, and I can't wait. I really can't. But we're here to talk about Dual Universe. Dual Universe is the third largest funded game of 2016. That says a lot about Dual Universe. Paris-based game studio NovaQuark announces the successful completion of its Kickstarter for the sci-fi MMORPG Dual Universe. Backers of the civilization building game helped the team achieve its initial $500,000 goal by raising $622,000 before the campaign's conclusion today, becoming the third most funded game on Kickstarter in the year 2016. It goes on to say, we did incredibly well thanks to our amazing community. It's even more impressive considering the fact that the studio went from having no visibility to a successful $622,000 campaign in a matter of 3 months, says JC, the creative director and founder of NovaQuark. We introduced our game during the last E3 in June 2016 and rose to become the third most funded Kickstarter video game launched in 2016 with a vibrant and growing community. And it is a very, very fast growing community, because I think that this game, it hits home for a lot of the things that we wanted out of No Man's Sky. But, at the same exact time, some of these things that it's actually offering were things that we knew weren't going to be in No Man's Sky. But we were kind of okay back in the day with not having a traditional MMO experience. But this game is actually offering that and so much more. And we're going to get into the so much more and why I think this project is going to be a safe bet. NovaQuark, it goes on to read, NovaQuark expresses great thanks and gratitude to all of the backers of this innovative title. Due to popular demand, the developers are also working on a crowdfunding website to make their stretch goals go even further. It will feature alternate payment methods such as PayPal and will provide backers another way to access similar pledges to the ones on its Kickstarter campaign. And then it gives a link to where the crowdfunding page is going to be. The passionate Dual Universe fan base has already led to the creation of about 900 organizations established on the role-playing community's website. Additionally, the game's Facebook page features over 50,000 fans with a healthy 40% growth since the last E3. Now, if you haven't been following Dual Universe, he gives a brief description in this email. Dual Universe takes place back to the roots of MMO genre with the emergent gameplay and fully editable worlds. The game provides one centralized and unique, persistent universe shared by everyone at the same time with no instances, zones, or transitions. Everything in the game is player-made and player-driven. Players can freely modify the voxel-based universe by creating structures with no limit in size, from spaceships to giant orbital stations. I cannot talk today. Giving birth to the empires and civilizations while managing the in-game economy, politics, trade, and warfare. Now they're talking about how there's going to be a government system and players can vote who gets to run that. Interesting, very interesting. It sounds like, I don't know if how many of you are aware of the game Identity, that it kind of it was a major, it had a major insurgence into the gaming world. You know, everyone was talking about it. You could be anything you want in this game. They're offering this, offering that. And although there is leaks of dev talk here and there, it's just not a whole lot to report on. And it is a little bit scary with that project. I'm not saying that it's dropped off. I'm pretty sure they're working on it. But I get scared when developers are quiet. I get scared when developers don't like to show too much. Now, there's companies out there that you can sort of, and I say sort of kind of trust. And, you know, Rockstar's one of them. Rockstar is really secretive. They must make these games like in secret government buildings underground or something. But they normally keep things hidden from the public quite a bit. And Rockstar has, you know, they've always proven their ground. They've always proven that they deliver. And that's another thing. How about that Red Dead Redemption logo, or hint, I should say, the red Rockstar hint that they just tweeted out. Man, that got me excited. I really, really hope they don't mess it up. I don't think they will. I think they'll pull through on a really, really good Red Dead Redemption 2 title. It's about time, though, right? Anyway, I digress. Back to Dual Universe. I interviewed JC. I'll put the link in the description. And I asked him about transparency. Like, how transparent are you going to be? Because what he is actually claiming that his game can do and will do, they're big claims. And not just with No Man's Sky, but we're so getting used to being lied to by developers or over-promising. I don't want to use the word lie. Over-promising. Or not being forthcoming on when we're supposed to get certain features of the products that we're pre-ordering or purchasing. That, you know, but I asked him that question, and he said that they're going to be 100% transparent every step of the way. When they come up with something new, they're going to show it off. When they come up with something that they claim they could do, they're going to show it off. And he said the reason why is because they are making these claims. And if they cannot prove that they can do it, then people will not believe them. And he says, and rightfully so. So there's many factors to why I believe that this game is a safe bet. One, the transparency that they promised, the transparency that they're showing so far, the communication that they're consistently having with their community. And the biggest thing, though, the biggest thing why I think it's a safe bet, and this is a drawback for a lot of people, is that it's going to be a subscription-based game. So these guys are promising a lot of what No Man's Sky promised, and more. Definitely a lot more than what No Man's Sky promised. But in this case, they're asking for a subscription. Now, if they cannot deliver on what they're saying, if they cannot deliver on the features that they are claiming, then this is definitely going to be one of those situations where they're going to really screw themselves, because they're not going to get a payment out of anybody if they can't. So what they're claiming and what they produce and give you is going to ride on that monthly payment. Which, when I was talking to him, he said it was around $10 to $15 a month, which, I mean, say you play the game for half of a year, that's $60, $60 give or take. You know, I'm sure that they're going to have packages where if you buy a year, it's going to be a heck of a lot cheaper than $10 a month. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I do know that you can, you know, get in-game money from, you know, just fake money, in-game money, and then you can, if you get enough, you can purchase a month with that. And you could also create your own ships. Ships are going to be the game doesn't come with ships; it comes with cockpits. And you can actually use coding to change around how the cockpits are going to look from the inside, you know, like the displays and things like that. But you can build your own ships, and then you can sell those blueprints to other players. And if you're really good at it, then you got a business. and then you ain't gonna be paying anything. But $500,000 was their starting goal. So let's take a look at what they're going to be doing with that $500,000. Man, that's a lot of money, isn't it? Okay, first off, it starts by saying starting goal $500,000. Massively multiplayer single shard server, one game universe for the whole community. One game universe for the whole community. Editable planets. All player modifications on the planets are saved. So if you make a change, it's there, it's done. That's permanent. Basic terrestrial biomes. So I'm saying, okay, basic. So you got winter, desert, grassy, forest. So we're just talking basic, nothing too spectacular. I guess. Explore Alioth. And that is the starting planet. With jetpack or hovercraft, discover new planets with spaceships. Scanning and mining. Extract resources with your nanoformer stored in your nanopack or containers. Okay, so we got, some grinding, which is basic for most games. Voxel building. Design and build hovercrafts, spaceships, cities, and orbital stations with voxels. So when he mentions cities, this is the cool thing. Things that are in this game can be built that would take an entire community to build. So we're talking giant space stations that are so large it would take hundreds or thousands of people to build. Or if you and a group of 5 friends or 6 friends want to build a project that not one person can do, because it's going to take resources. So, one person, your job might be going down and grinding on them resources and bringing it back up to your buddies while they're building a nice little space station. But the cities, players can, help build up these cities, because what you're doing is you're building up the civilization all over again, because Earth is getting destroyed and you're moving on, going to a new Earth 2 or whatever. Crafting, craft gear, interactive or decorative elements. That's pretty cool. Alien life, a few NPC creatures. Trading, sell, buy player-made creations through local market or give transfer interface. Territory control, establish your home sweet home. That sounds pretty cool. Combat, avatar versus avatar combat, where he talks a lot about the territory control and being able to build yourself a home on a planet. And that the planets, they're not going to be like Earth size, but they will be large enough for you to build a planet and go unnoticed for a little while. Sort of like how Tom Cruise did in Oblivion, which is pretty cool. Combat, avatar versus avatar combat. So that's cool. Organizations, so I guess that's just saying PvP then. Organizations, create your own organization, meet new friends, and gather the old ones. Skill tree system for character progression. So there's going to be a skill tree. Character customization, customize color and logo on the character outfit. And then it's got social tools, chat system, friend, ignore list, in-game mailbox. Wow. Okay, that sounds good. Now with the additional stretch goals, it doesn't really go into too much on the stretch goals. What it does say is at $600,000, it says construct versus construct combat. And then it says combat-oriented elements, weapons, turrets, shields, etc. And then at $650,000, which they were almost at, advanced character customization upgrade. Helmet can be removed, choice of character, face, and hair. So those are the stretch goals. It sounds like most of what they plan to put in the game, it was actually what their starting goal. And their stretch goals really aren't as extravagant as I usually see some games on Kickstarter. But the game has quickly drawn in a large community. and massive support from a lot of people. And I was totally against having a subscription-based game for a long time, until actually one of my subscribers commented on a video that I uploaded saying that I was not interested that much in Dual Universe because of the subscription. And he said, I would rather pay a small monthly fee for a game that is going to be consistently improved upon. And he said to him, it was like insurance that the game was going to deliver what it was supposed to, just like I said at the beginning of the show, because if they don't deliver on any of this, there is no monthly payment. No one will be getting. I mean, if people quit playing No Man's Sky right now, it doesn't hurt the developer. I mean, sure, the refunds probably did at first, but no one's getting them now. So if everyone quits playing No Man's Sky, it's really not hurting Hello Games. But if everybody was upset with Dual Universe, no one would be paying or playing. So therefore, the entire game would flop. That's why I have 100%. I've got faith. I don't want to say 100%. I have a lot of faith in Dual Universe. And I love space games. I really do. And I think they're not a dime a dozen. They're not all exactly the same. With Dual Universe, what I'm getting is a very it's a game that you can change your environment and build and interact as a community to build things beyond your wildest imagination, hopefully. And you take a game like Star Citizen. Oh my gosh, Star Citizen makes my heart beat right now. Star Citizen is, to me, more of an adventure game. Well, Star Citizen, we'll talk about that in a few videos down the road, and I have not followed it, so if there's anybody out there who would like to come on and talk about Star Citizen with me and guest co-host. All right, guys, that is all I have to say about Dual Universe. I'm so excited, and I'm very happy, and I'm very proud to hear that they have met and exceeded their expectations on Kickstarter. I'm going to be starting a new podcast here that I'm going to have co-hosts come on, and we're going to be talking about gaming and all kinds of things. We might even start talking about AAA titles as well, because Red Dead Redemption 2, come on, are you kidding me? Amazing stuff, amazing things happening. But you can follow me on the Cobra TV Facebook group and give us suggestions on what to talk about in this new podcast. I can't wait to start it. It's going to be exciting. As always, I love you guys. Stay amazing out there. You guys are wonderful. I will see you all in the next video. Until next time.